Oh my god, bro. What a fucking week. Last month I turned 24, and, I really looked back into everything I kind of accomplished these last 2 years. Trying to be a profitable day trader, having my success, getting payouts, whatever, making money in these markets. And I was just getting nostalgic, just looking back at everything. And man, I dealt with so much bullshit. Just life hitting me at random points, being at my lowest when trying to become profitable and just you'll just have deal with bullshit, and that's the whole point of this video, bro. You who's watching this, who probably hasn't gotten their first payout, maybe you have, maybe it's a small amount, and you think you've made it, you think you know everything, you think you're on top of the world, you will get humbled. As you're trying to come up, as you're trying to become somebody in life, as you're trying to grow into whatever career niche that you're in, you're always going to have phases in your life of where you will deal with bullshit. You're going to deal and be at your lowest point. You are going to hit lows. You're going to hit lows in your career. You're going to hit lows mentally. You're going to feel depressed. Life happens, bro. So as you guys know, when I was, getting into day trading, I started my day trading journey my freshman year of college. And that's when I got into, options trading. I started with Thinkorswim. And, I just had no idea what the heck I was doing. The obstacle there was I didn't know anything. I was a complete beginner to this niche. I didn't know where to start. I had zero knowledge. Fast forward, I'm still in college. I don't know what I want to do with my life. I'm stressing. I have $0 in my bank account. I don't know what I'm fucking doing. And I had come to the conclusion that trading was my only way out. What is that? That's a mental low point. It's a mental depression. Fast forward a couple more months to December. That's when I came across FTMO. You guys remember FTMO was the first funding company. They kind of trailblazed everything with Top Step, and but they were the CFD firm, right? And that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this seriously. I'm gonna, start my journey now. I'm gonna pass these challenges and I'm gonna get my first payout, etc. What ended up happening? I ended up literally spending $2,000 on credit card debt to buy these challenges, and I blew them back to back. Mind you, I had no savings, I had nothing. I kept blowing challenges, I kept going into credit card debt. I was still in college, I had to pay my tuition, I had that debt pending up. I had no friends. Remember, this is during the whole COVID thing as well. Everything was basically online. And all of those factors put me at a low point. I kept blowing challenges for even more months after that. Kept going into debt. At one point, I told you all I was $10,000 worth of credit card debt in the hole. And then I got my first payout. Like, bro, I would used to drive a 1997 Nissan Altima. I would literally sit in the car and just cry, bro. Like, straight up. I would just cry, like, bawl my eyes out because I was so down bad. You guys know, I had divorced parents as well. That was a big thing in my life. It kind of, I would say, really, fucked my mental up, traumatized me. And all that would hit at once, and then I would just sit in the car on days and just, at night when, I maybe lost a trade or I just blew an account, I would just cry, bro. But then I had my first payout. Then I had my next payout. Then I had the payout after that. And now I'm here where I am today. My whole point is, guys, is when you are coming up, you are going to reach lows in your life, but the only way from rock bottom is up. Just as you have lows in your life, you're gonna also have highs in your life that hopefully counteract the lows. I know all of you guys are aspiring day traders. That's literally why I have my brand, I have my business, I have my page. And you're probably in the same exact shoes that I am, bro. And I'm telling you, it will get better. But you can't let a setback make you spiral downwards. No matter how bad you want to do it, no matter how bad you're pissed off, no matter how bad you just want to just do some stupid shit, you can't let it spiral. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Most people let the lows in their life completely break them. And in a sense, bro, it makes sense. Like, there's some crazy shit that can happen to people. You got to realize that if you're at the low and you've understood that and you've recognized that, spiraling downwards will put you in an irreversible position to where you then are really fucked. And man, these lows are gonna just happen at every single phase of your life, bro. Like when you get your first payout and you think you're profitable, but you're not actually profitable, then you blow more accounts, but then you've gotten a payout, and you're like, shit, maybe I wasn't actually profitable, and then, you blow more accounts, you don't have a payout, and then you finally get another payout. It's just up and down, guys, up and down. But you cannot give up. You have to have a strong mind. The only way that you can become the person you've ever wanted to be and actually deal with these periods is if you keep pushing and you keep that positive mental attitude regardless of whatever happens. And listen, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I know you guys want to get rich fast. I know you guys want to see results quick. It's not gonna happen because that's not how the world works. When you look at these people on social media, when you see these businesses, when you see these influencers, these brands, these people who are already established, and you see them relatively run up quick, right? Most of those guys are, in a sense, getting lucky. Building a real presence, building a real skill set, I'm telling you, bro, it takes 5-10 years for that to happen. You know I'm the realist in the space, and obviously I like to tell y'all about my life and kind of give you my words of wisdom based on my experience. And I can tell y'all right now, for me, I've hit a low point in my not in my trading journey or trading necessarily, but in terms of my content, my business, etc. As you guys know, I have about 25K followers on TikTok, and recently TikTok's internal algorithms, the way they flag videos for violating community guidelines, it's been completely bugged out and been glitching. And you guys know I've been on my TikTok page for about 2 years, 2.5 years, and I have over 3,000 videos of me giving advice, just talking to the camera, a lot of good stuff, giving you psychological advice to really help your trading journey and, make you profitable, right? And that account for after 2.5, 3 years got banned today, bro. Well, actually a couple days ago, but issue is obviously I've not violated any guidelines or whatever. None of my content does that. But as you guys know, right, in the community, in the trading community, especially on TikTok, I am the most hated trading creator slash influencer in the industry. I get harassed by people consistently on a daily basis. I have many people who, just to hate, right? And that's the second point of this whole video. You are going to have people who really, really, really prey on your downfall when you're trying to do something, whether that be, I know you guys don't make content, but if you guys are, trying to, have that job in life, you want to apply to medical school, you guys want to do something, right? You want to start that business, you want to, do whatever you want that makes you happy. And you want to bring value to people because, you're in a place of where you're able to give that. Someone's always going to project their insecurities. They're always going to project, their envy. They're always going to project, their fabricated narratives onto you. And, it's a known phenomenon, guys. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. You can search up confirmation bias, groupthink, all of those things. And at the end of the day, guys, I'm a human, right? I, am like anybody else. And I could fucking care less about these haters, bro. But for me, what hurts the most is because I've done nothing but good for the day trading community. I've given so much value. And, the people who, are on this channel watching this video who know me, y'all are my day ones. Y'all know me, bro. But mentally, I've just been feeling kind of down because it's just why are humans the way they are? Why, that's the stuff I was thinking. Why are people hating like that? Why are people like this? Even though I know, and we all know how people are, how haters are, etc. It's just for me, it makes me sad understanding this is the reality of human nature. Basically, what I've been doing is, as a pretty engaging type of content style, I've been saying that I exposed some other day trader in the space or somebody else in the niche. And then I proceed to talk about trading concepts, right? Explaining how their trading style is, because a lot of you people, they want to know how they trade, they want to know how the concepts work, etc. Because a lot of these guys don't actually tell you how they trade. They like to gatekeep, they like to hide it behind a paywall. And obviously I'm pretty experienced in the field, so I'm able to reverse engineer and give insight into how that works and how they trade, right? And people were just super, super, super mad, oh my god, bro, you're exposing these guys, why? But it's bro, I'm using that as a hook, to say, oh, I'm talking about their trading style. And I'm not actually exposing TMZ or whatever, you know what I mean? TMZ style, oh, this guy did this, and you know what I mean? And obviously the people who are not, stupid, they have a brain, they see, what I'm doing, they see that, oh, this is engaging, this is actually helpful and bringing value. But then a whole other group of people, right, who obviously are not successful in day trading, they're insecure, they're going to project that onto me. And it's just so unfortunate because just as I was making that content, my account gets banned. And obviously I have an alt account, and you can just see all the actual hate. All the people are saying, oh, I hate this guy. I hate him. What he does is, you know what I mean? And it's damn, bro, these people are truly evil. And for me, mentally, that put me in a low because I was I'm giving so much value to these people. I'm giving so much game on how to day trade, giving my experience, right, based on my credentials. And, I get, treated like this. And obviously, as you guys know, having a social media presence in 2025 is super critical. And, I've poured my blood, sweat, and tears into growing that page, making valuable content, growing the base. And it's gone now. Obviously it's most likely going to be unbanned. I'm working on it, but to obviously keep my page relevant, to keep my content creation going, obviously that page is super important to me. And my whole point is this is a low for me. This is a huge low for me in my business career, my trading career, content creation career, but I'm not going to let that affect me negatively. I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to get back up. I'm gonna make a new account. I'm gonna keep going and I'm gonna keep bringing value. Because here's the secret in life, guys. If you wanna be rich, if you wanna be successful, okay? Bring value to other people. However you wanna market it, however you wanna do it, if you are helping somebody's life, it will come back to you 10x in good karma. And that's what truly matters. I know you're chasing that first payout. I know you blowing that, 10th account and you're sitting there like, I wanna give up, I wanna quit. Don't, bro. Get yourself back up. Create a game plan for how you're going to move forward and stop comparing yourself to the extreme. Stop comparing yourself to people who get lucky. Hard work and consistency over the long term will always beat one-hit wonders. Record your trades. Figure out your patterns of bad habits. Analyze that and filter that out. That is how you become a profitable discretionary day trader. I hope this video was helpful for y'all. I didn't mean this to be like a vent session or whatever. I truly wanted to, really show you like how I deal with picking myself back up in obstacles and just dealing with that. And I hope, it got to you, man. But anyways, to all my supporters, to everybody who's following me since day one, likes my content, thank you to all of you guys so far. We're almost at 1K subs on this channel. And the hate's not going to get to us, man. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep going up. And I'm glad to have you guys for the ride. Hope you guys have a great day, and I love y'all. Peace out.